So I'm going to give my presentation on almonds. I chose almonds to do this presentation on because I think a lot of people talk about them now with the almond milk, and I think it's a really good food and it's easy for people to have on hand because you literally just put them in your pantry and you can grab a handful every time you're hungry. So I think it's a really good option and a really good healthy option for people to have in their houses if they're trying to be conscious about what they're eating. And some background about almonds is the almond tree is native to Iran. Its scientific name is the Prunus dulcis, and its higher classification is the plum. And the almonds are technically the edible seeds of the Prunus dulcis, which is the tree. And the biggest producers of almonds in the world is the United States, and we produce over 2 million tons of almonds a year, and almost all of them come from California. Spain is the second highest producer, and they produce about 200,000 tons. Iran has 140,000 tons, and Morocco produces 112,000 tons. It's kind of ironic that Iran only produces 147,000 tons because it's native, like the almond tree is native there, and they're not producing that many of them, but they're still on the list. In the season and the harvest, the almond season runs from August to October. And the almonds are shook from the trees with mechanical tree shakers, and they're left on the ground for 8 to 10 days to dry. And the drying process is very important because the almond doesn't come off the tree in the nice package like you see in the store. They have a shell around it, and they have to crack it off, and they have to clean it up and make it look presentable. And one issue that some environmentalists have with almonds is that 1 gallon of water is needed to grow every single almond, which is crazy when you think about it, because you look at your container of almonds that you buy in the store and there's probably a few hundred in there, and if 1 gallon of water is needed to grow every single one of those almonds, that adds up really fast. And that's one of the reasons why environmentalists say to not drink almond milk or to stay away from almonds, because it's definitely not very environmentally friendly practice to grow them. And distributions, almost all the world's almonds are grown in California, and they're recommended to be stored in an airtight container. They don't need to be refrigerated, but I learned it helps with the taste. I've never kept nuts in the fridge before, but this is good to know. And it's not perishable, but they have a recommended shelf life of 2 years if you want them to taste good. You can eat them after that. They're not going to go bad, but they'll taste best within 2 years of being on the shelf. And the macronutrients of an almond. So a serving size is roughly 1 ounce or 24 unsalted almonds. And there's 164 calories, 3.5 grams of fiber, 1.2 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of proteins. And they are high in the minerals manganese and magnesium. Health benefits, they are loaded with antioxidants, and if you're like me, you hear about antioxidants all the time, but I didn't exactly know what they did, and I learned that they protect cells from oxidative damage, and they slow aging and disease, which can hurt. And all these antioxidants are found in the brown layer of the skin of the almond, so you don't want to peel them, or you won't be getting these antioxidants. It's also very high in vitamin E, and they're great for people who have diabetes because they can assist with blood sugar control. They can keep your blood sugar up and keep diabetics feeling well and keeping them away from diabetic shock. They can also help lower cholesterol. And the magnesium helps with blood pressure levels. And high blood pressure is the leading driver of heart attacks, strokes, and kidney failure. So that's something this simple can help keep all of these health issues in place. Is pretty cool. And they're also a good weight loss tool, is that something people are going for. They're very high in protein and other nutrients, so they make you feel more full than they are. So just a handful of almonds will keep you full and also provide you with nutrients too. And according to the Healthline article that I got these health benefits out of, they said all things considered, almonds are as close to perfect as a food can get. And then I started thinking about almond milk, and I wondered if almond milk had the same nutrients as regular almonds, or if during the process they lost a lot of the nutritional value. So I looked up, is almond milk really good for you? And there's a lot of vitamin E in almond milk, which is really good for people's skin. But the kicker with almond milk is to stay away from the sweetened almond milks. You go to the store and they have like sweetened, unsweetened, vanilla flavored, and all these different types. so it's best to stay away from the sweetened almond milks and to just drink the plain. And if you do that, you'll be getting all the same health benefits as you would if you were eating a handful of almonds, which is pretty cool. And this is a recipe that I make almost every morning before class, and it's a power smoothie with almond milk. And it has 1 cup of almond milk, 2 cups of spinach, 1 banana, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and ice. And I put collagen in it sometimes, or kale or something, just to change it up, and it's healthy, and it's a great way to start my day. Thanks.